this is Living Dead Gal, and welcome back to another Sims 4 realistic Townies makeover. As realistic as we can be when we're making over occults. That's just kind of what I decided to start with first, because I started in October and it was Halloween time. So welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome to the channel if you are new. Today we are making over Faba. So I did a little bit of research into her. There's not a whole lot of information that I could find. She's one of the pre-made spellcasters that you find in the magical realm if you have the Realm of Magic game pack. So she is a sage, which is like, I guess, like the teacher, kind of like the keeper of the magic, like the all-knowing one. So she is the sage of mischief magic, and she's friends with like the other two, Morgan Ember and Simeon Silversweater. So those are the two sages that I'll be doing next. And she is like pretty familiar with the charms, I think, but other than that, she doesn't like actually like live in the world of Glimmerbrook. She's just there when you go to the magic realm. So she is like the highest rank spellcaster. She's a virtuoso, and it says that a new sage of mischief magic will be generated once she like dies off. So she's like got a role that's important in the game, kind of like Guidry if you have the paranormal stuff pack. So I think she's a pretty important character, so even though she's technically not like a townie living in the world of Glimmerbrook, I really wanted to do her as well as the other two sages because they always pop up in everyone's games. And I did see something that it said that the name Faba is a reference to Faba, so it's Elphaba, which was the name of the Wicked Witch of the West from the novel Wicked, which they've done, like, I'm sure you've heard of Wicked. It's a huge thing that they've done on Broadway, a musical that I believe was adapted from the book. And so the fact that she's kind of a reference to like a Wicked Witch makes me seem like, you know, maybe she's meant to kind of be like an evil sim, but that's actually not one of the traits she has. She is mean though, so I'm kind of thinking she's like a misunderstood kind of a witch. That's sort of like my interpretation of her. So when I was editing her, I was really going for like more of a witchy vibe. This is the first time that I've put one that I was creating. I put her original copy in, and then I added a new version of her, and I did the makeover so that I could kind of compare them side by side. Usually I just have a screenshot handy. And I was trying really hard to kind of capture a lot of the things that are unique about her, like her purple pink hair. I found this really nice alpha hair by Anto. It's one of their older hairs that I thought was a really nice, like, sort of an alpha complement to the Maxis Match hair that she wears for her everyday. And I knew that I wanted to keep that, like, purple and pink theme, but something about, I went through, like, all of her outfit styles, and as I go through, you'll see what happens when I start to style her. I wasn't really getting like a clear style vibe from the character that's in game, and so I kind of took a little bit of that and then made it my own, and I wanted to go in more of like a witchy route. So I kind of picked things that I felt were in that vein, that were, to be honest, like things that you would buy if you're into that sort of like witchy vibes fashion. There's a lot of stores online. I like a lot of that stuff, so kind of that sort of a style. So she definitely has a very different look. I didn't really change any of her features. I think the only thing I changed is I corrected her chest area because I just dropped it down a little bit, and then I straightened her slouch because I don't know why their chest is always really, really high up in Sims, but that's not what it's like in real life. So I just kind of like made that a little more natural. But I didn't want to change her body. I was really specific about not changing that because she's not like necessarily a plus size sim, but she's curvier than most of the sims that they give us in the game, and I really liked that about her. I'm someone who, I like to make like curvier sims. I'm plus size myself. It's really kind of difficult to recreate yourself in the game when you're plus size, because there's a lot of limitations. So I have a lot of body presets, but I actually thought the way that they had done Elle, I'm just gonna call her Elle, was really nice. She's not plus size, but she has a little more curve than some of the other townies that you'll get, where sometimes like they have a little bit more abnormal body proportions, and her stomach had like a little bit more, it wasn't like the six-pack abs that so many of the Sims have. So I picked a skin detail, it's the Aphrodite skin by Praline Sims. That's really nice because it actually has like some realistic features. It has cellulite, it has like a tiny little like tummy pouch, which is normal for most women, regardless of your body size. And I think I was channeling just a lot into her, being able to relate to her. Her skin is like, I don't even really know if like what they used on her was like a natural skin tone. I didn't change it in this case because I wanted to kind of keep the essence of her. Normally maybe I would have gone for something like that was not one of the more like occult skin tones, but I wanted to keep that for her, and I can relate as like a fellow pasty chick. I can kind of relate to that sort of vibe, so I think I just kind of put my own spin on her and had fun dressing her up and kind of like relating to her on a different level than I have with a lot of the other Sims that I have styled. Even though she's a witch, she knows magic, I am not. But anyway, I ended up, as you can see, I picked out this jumpsuit for her to wear because I decided I could really accessorize it and do some cool things. Like, I feel like I never use all the cool CC accessories that I've downloaded, and I really wanted to push myself to do that this time. And I know that this jumpsuit is like nothing like the dress that she wears normally, but something about it worked for me because it had her signature like purple color, and I don't know, I wanted to get more black in this outfit. Like, the outfit she's wearing is like mostly white, and it just, I don't know, I just wanted a darker witchy vibe, especially if she's supposed to be kind of a reference to the Wicked Witch. Like, I wanted something that made a little bit more sense, that maybe made her a little bit more devious. And so that was kind of the vibe that I went for, and I have so much fun adding accessories. It took me a while to finally settle on the ones I wanted, but I really, really enjoyed that. And then as I was looking for her formal wear, I was like really not sure. I wanted to look for something a little more magical, and then I found this dress by Blue Rose Sims, and I was like, no, she's wearing this. She's 100% wearing this. I don't care. There's something about it. It's just got like that sort of like classic Renaissance painting on the like corset part of the dress, which is super cool. And so just like the historical vibe of it, I don't know, something about it just fit with her for me, with like this magic. Like, you know, if she's an older Sim, like maybe she ages similarly to how like vampires do. I mean, I know that in the game spellcasters will age, but I'm kind of thinking like as far as my imagination goes, that a spellcaster or a witch would be able to kind of keep themselves younger for longer, as we've seen in lots of pop culture. So I'm thinking, you know, she's someone who maybe like has the appearance of a young adult, and maybe her body is at the age of a young adult, but through magic she's kept it that way, and she's actually much older than she looks. So that was kind of, I really liked that more like historical kind of classic piece with then the like modern edge of the slit down the side. I don't know if that really makes sense, but in my head it did. And then for her athletic wear, I knew I wanted her to wear this shirt, Don't Be a Basic Witch, because again, I really wanted, like, I'm totally fine with how they did Realm of Magic and how they did it with spellcasters, but I'm like a witches and warlocks kind of person, so for me, instead of calling them spellcasters, I refer to witches, warlocks, those practicing magic. Spellcasters fine, but they definitely went down like a magic school kind of route with it, which is totally fine and in right now, but I also like darker, witchier, creepier types of things, and we don't really have creepy witches in the game. We have magic, and we have like good and evil magic and good and bad magic, but we don't really have too much of that like dark magic route. So I wanted to kind of make it a little bit more, make her a little more spooky, but also at the same time improve her style a little bit, because really she's a really cute Sim. If you look at her, the makeup that was on her, the eyebrows that were on her were just not helping her. And so I don't know, this was just me helping her live her best life. So I had a lot of fun with her. I had a lot of fun styling her. And I hope you guys like how she came out. And I see a lot of times people get like really, really heated about how Townie makeovers are done and saying, you know, it's not a makeover if you change too much. But, you know, for me, this is about what's working in my save, and I go for realism and having them look more realistic. And even with someone like Vlad, who I did put him under the knife, give him plastic surgery, that was all with the intention of, this is the character that is presented to me from The Sims 4, and this is how I want them to be in my game. This is how I'm perceiving them, and so I want to make them look how I perceive them. And I think that either way is fine. If you want to play your game with the original Vlad that came with the pack, go ahead. If you want to play your game with Sims that have a full Maxis match makeover, go ahead. If you want to play with Sims that are completely alpha, if you want to play with Sims that look even like a lot more realistic than mine. I say these are realistic Townie makeovers, but I know that these aren't the hyper realistic Sims that you can do and you can achieve with CC. So, I mean, I just think, you know, it's really about how you want to play the game and what works for you. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying not to change the things that I think are important to them and their story, but at the end of the day, you know, it's all just about having a good time. So we're about to wrap up pretty soon. So I'm gonna kind of end this video off here. Last thing I will say, for her hot weather wear, I know that it's maybe a little bit warmer, heavier clothing than what someone would wear during hot weather, but I found this corset and I was like, I have to put this on her. I almost gave her a second everyday look, but I was like, I'm just gonna give it to her for hot weather. And I gave her I ended up giving her a pair of like capri pants, and I know that's a little bit warmer than like what most people would wear in hot weather, but again, as someone who's like a pacier girl, I could relate to her in that sense. And so I tend to wear I will wear like dresses and shorts and stuff, but I also tend to wear things like that in hot weather if it's not too hot. So I just kind of imagine maybe it's not that hot in the realm of magic and in Glimmerbrook, and so she would wear capris and a top like that. You know, so if you guys want to download her off of the gallery, I'll put my origin ID in the description below, and if you think that you know, you want to change her outfit for hot weather, go ahead, have fun with it. I will also put a link to all of her CC and a Google document below. So okay, now officially going to wrap up here. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more content like this, please give me a thumbs up below, leave me a comment letting me know, or subscribe to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
So spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though, wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for a friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone not afraid to give it all to me. Get next to me, get next to me. All that I want is to get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden or gold. You see, we'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get closer, babe. We'll do you good, cause I am golden, I'm golden. You're not really looking for a Get next to